Hey everybody, welcome back to Lawless Kitchen. I'm John, and today is Lawless Kitchen MPS Edition. We have a great event planned today in support of the Tennessee Wildlife Foundation and Hunters for the Hungry, and I'm going to cook us some grilled cheese. So let's get to the recipe. All right, y'all, it's super important that you have a high quality bread when you start this recipe. You want to have something with a really nice crust and some really good flavor. I just baked this earlier. This is a sourdough bread that I just pulled out of the oven a little while ago. We're going to slice this up and get started with the recipe. All right, everybody, here's the ingredients and equipment that we're going to need for today. We have one spatula, a butter knife, a stick of unsalted butter, 2 slices or 2 ounces of sharp orange cheddar, 1 slice of mild Swiss. The Swiss is going to give a little tanginess, and the cheddar is going to give the beef of the sandwich, give it that nice richness, and then 2 slices of our homemade sourdough bread. We're going to get this started in this pan, which we have preheated to medium-low heat, and then we're going to put some butter in the pan and get that melted. Alright, I had some pre-softened butter ready to go, so I'm going to go ahead and take some of this out of here, and we're going to spread it liberally on the side of the bread that we want to put down in the pan. So this is the side that we're going to crisp up. I'm actually going to turn this slice over. I'm going to put the cheese on the inside there. This side, actually let's go on this side. That side has more surface contact, so we want the cheese to melt on that, but this side also marries up with the other side of the bread that I sliced from the loaf, so it will be really nice and matched up and make us a really nice sandwich. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my pan back onto the heat over here, and we are going to place the larger slides, slightly larger even though they're both middle cuts, down into the pan. There we go. Again, I have this on a medium-low heat. I want to go down with 1 slice of cheddar. I like to break it in a little bit of a half piece right there, just so I can cover this oblong bread. It's just typically the shape that I make, but there's no rules here. Then I'm going to go ahead in with my Swiss, do the same thing. I'm just going to break it up a little bit to meet the edge. It's okay if it spills over the edge. I personally like that, some people don't. And again, I'm going to go in with this piece of cheddar lastly on top. And then right before we finish, we'll have the other side that's right on the top here. Now, I have the pan on medium-low heat because I wanted to get it nice and hot. This was preheated for about 10 minutes before we even started. But now that we have the butter in the pan and it's starting to sizzle, I didn't really want the butter to burn. So I'm going to crank this up to a medium-high. So if you have a stove with numbers, I was on a 4. I'm going to a 6 now. The reason for that is I don't want this to take forever to cook, and I want the toast on the outside of the bread to get really nice and golden brown. Now I did just flip this here for the first time. I got a little bit of an uneven toast on that, so we can fix that here as well moving forward. I can smell the really nice nuttiness of all the butter that's in the pan. Get a little bit of uneven heat going there, and we're starting to smoke a little bit, so I am going to cut the heat down just a little bit because I don't want to burn, but I do want to get an even toast on the bread, so I'm just going to move it around my pan. Again, this is going to vary just a little bit with the individual equipment that you're using. My pan happens to have a little bow in it, and something that I've been meaning to see if I can take to a blacksmith and get fixed. Yours might be flatter. You might use an electric griddle. Whatever your cooking medium is, you just want to try and get as even as toast as possible. I like this little darker brown color. The golden is nice. I feel like this adds a nice nuttiness and a crunch to the bread. Flipping over to check that other side, and this is nicely browned, very even, got a lot better of this. I'm just giving this a quick press here. You can see that the cheese is oozing out around the edges, and that's perfect. Our cheese is nice and melted. I flipped it over and put that one side in the center of the pan because I wanted to see if I could get a nice little toast on that one corner, and we're about to take it out. Alright, we got our finished product here. Beautiful, nice, crispy, crunchy, cheesy, ooey gooey grilled cheese sandwich. I did get a nice toast on the other side after I went ahead and checked that. We're going to take the trusty chef's knife here, and hopefully you can hear that crunch as I slice through the bread and get that beautiful melted cheese on the inside. Look at that. take a bite. That is really good. Thanks for watching Lawless Kitchen. I hope you enjoyed this quick grilled cheese recipe. Please donate to the Tennessee Wildlife Foundation and Hunters for the Hungry and support MPS Nashville. Thanks. Cheers.